Hi guys, this is your host Brittany and welcome back to the show. Please excuse that there has been a bit of inconsistency between the past episodes and the next couple of episodes. This is the end of the semester and I am myself am working through finals, and as some of you may be, and I'm also working on getting the podcast onto other platforms. So just excuse me for a little while as I'm working through some things, and also look forward to the new things that I have coming once I return. But for this week's episode, I just wanted to touch on a few things such as working at home or going to school virtually. As the state of the global health and some jobs or schools are turning to virtual environments to continue daily operations. I just wanted to give a few tips and tricks on how to make sure that you stay productive and how to structure your schedule. I did complete my master's degree completely online, and I am going on to a hybrid pharmacy program. And also, I'm taking the rest of my semester currently was thrown onto an online program. So I do have a bit of experience, and I just wanted to, give you guys some tips to make sure that you guys are staying productive and even helping you evolve as the rest of the school systems and job cultures and things evolve as well, as we get back to what we're calling the new normal. So please stay tuned and let's get started with the show. Okay, first things first. If you don't already have one, pick a designated area to set up shop. This may be your kitchen table or a home office, but just make sure that the location is as distraction-free as possible, and all of your utensils, like your computer, your paper, your writing utensils, or anything else that you'll normally need on hand to complete your task. This helps your brain recognize that even though you're not in your office or the library, but this is the space that you have designated to get work done, and it's time to focus. Now, kind of contrary to what I just stated, it may help to change up your locations every once in a while. I know that I used to switch from my desk to my dining room table just to give myself a little change of scenery, but not leaving the house. But make sure you don't get too comfortable. So stay away from the bed or the couch if possible. And sometimes the bed or the couch may be an optimal place to get work done, just depending on what task. But you have to learn, just going through trial and errors, what you're able to do in those type of positions, and where you need to have a structured area to get work done for certain things, like maybe studying for a test. But you can go through flashcards in your bed or on the couch. So just make sure you figure out what works for you. And this may take time, so don't pressure yourself. So now that you have your spot set up, now let's set the mood. So have a good instrumental playlist, or maybe your favorite podcast, light a candle, or turn on your diffuser, grab a snack and your favorite drink. And this kind of puts you having that routine I know in the morning of grabbing my coffee and grabbing my laptop and things like that helps me put myself in the mood of I'm ready to get to work. Now, some of the other things that may be helpful is setting a schedule. I know you may have this open time of getting things done, but actually having a set schedule can help you knock out some of those things on your to-do list, not be in a rush or doing something the day before a deadline. So having a schedule is still also a good thing. You don't have to work up early or pile tons of things on your to-do list at one time. But I know I used to have an hourly block schedule in combination to a to-do list. So I was able to see what things that were time sensitive and what things that weren't time sensitive that I can maybe stick in those pockets that I didn't have anything to do, or maybe check off something on a to-do list that weren't, that didn't have time sensitive items on there. This also could be an optimal time to see where you can take a break. And also not even just having an hourly schedule, but just having a calendar view overall. You can see when things are due and when things are available to you. Maybe if your class opens its materials to you every Sunday night or things like that, and you have to schedule it with other classes or other job projects and things of that nature. And also having this type of schedule helped me build a routine. I mentioned earlier that, like grabbing my computer and having the coffee in the morning, it kind of helped me get myself in a routine. Like, even though I'm not leaving the house and going to campus, I'm still getting ready to do some studying or get some work done. So I am a person that thrives off routines and things like that. So um, just helps my brain not worry about what I have to do next or what do I have to do the next day and things like that. So having a schedule, having a to-do list, routines, and all of that can definitely help you within this time of change. So earlier, you did mention me here. Say something about taking breaks. I know we are all overachievers and we want to power through the day, but stepping back from a task can help actually help you do the task more effectively and more quickly. I notice when I am tired and I've been working for a long period of time, I'm sluggish, and sometimes I just don't understand maybe that calculus problem or the organic chemistry problem. And after I take a nap, or I just step away from the work for a little while and I come back, I definitely have a better understanding, or I can, get through that assignment or that task a little bit quicker. I know there is a method called the Pomodoro Method, when you can tweak it depending on which task you're doing. So say if I'm studying, I like to do 25 or 50-minute sessions with a 5 or 10-minute break, and I do that for about 5 times. So, say personally, I like, if I'm reading or if I'm studying, I like to do that longer period of time of 50 minutes with the 10-minute break, because if I'm reading something, I don't want to stop every 25 minutes. But for the 25-minute session, say if I'm going through practice problems, or like doing a task like going through problems or something like that, I'll do the 25-minute time length, because that's probably something that you have to use a lot more energy, and you just don't want to. You probably want to stop a little bit more often, but something like reading, you don't want to keep stopping that often, or you won't get through the session. And lastly on my list, just make sure you stay connected. I know there are a lot of Zoom meetings and Google Classrooms and things like that right now. There's FaceTime, and I've had a virtual study session a couple of weeks ago with a few friends I've met on Instagram, and we just got together and worked on our individual tasks. So even though we're self-isolating and social distancing and things like that, that does not mean that you have to be alone. So those are all of the tips that I have for you today. I hope they were helpful. As I mentioned before, I've done this online, like class thing and completing degrees and things online. So I can go a little bit deeper into it if you want me to. And I definitely can talk on it a little bit more in the future on how it goes with my pharmacy program that I'll be starting in the fall. Most definitely, if you guys will like that. So please just leave a comment or anything, and let me know if you want me to explain things a little bit more in detail. And also, if you have anything else you want me to talk about, I am trying to, like work on other things for this podcast, and having a variety of platforms you can get this information from. So please make sure to email me, DM me, or leave a comment on any topics that you would like me to talk about on the show. I'll be happy to do anything. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you share, rate, and subscribe to the show. And if you want to be a guest on the podcast, you can DM me, email me, or get in contact with me anyway. So if you want to be a guest, then we could definitely talk about anything. And I look forward to the next episode with you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Happy finals.